Department of Computer Applications and PG Department of Computer Science of St. Joseph's College Arts and Science. This FDP aims to provide faculty members with exposure to the latest innovations, applications, and research perspectives in emerging technologies. Each day, we will have eminent resource persons who will share their expertise and guide us to keep us pace with fast evolving digital landscape. To begin today's session, I now invite Mrs. G. Niveta, Assistant Professor, Department of Computer Applications, to lead us in prayer.
Good afternoon all. Let's start the prayer. Loving Heavenly Father, we come to you this year asking for your blessings and help as we are gathered together in this 5 days FDP on recent trends and emerging technologies in computer science, innovations, applications, and research perspective. Pour your blessings upon our founder father and chairman, Reverend Father Dr. J. Kaviraj, Administrator, Reverend Sister Dr. M. Devi, Principal Dr. R. Ruben, our resource person Dr. A. Persia, and all of the faculties of various institutions. Let this FTP will be an effective learning tool for all of us who have joined in this session. We give entire FTP in your mighty hand. We ask this prayer in the name of our Lord Jesus Christ. Amen.
Thank you, Ma'am. A cheerful welcome creates a wonderful beginning for any gathering. Now, I invite Mrs. R. Thayamal, Assistant Professor, Department of Computer Applications, to deliver the welcome address.
A very good afternoon to one and all present here, and a warm welcome to all gathered here for the 5 days faculty development program. I extend a gracious welcome to the inaugural ceremony of FDP on recent trends and emerging technologies in computer science, innovations, applications, and research perspectives. It's my pleasure to welcome our Administrator, Reverend Sister Dr. M. Devi, and our Principal, Dr. R. Ruben, who continuously supporting us to conduct various events and seminars. I extend my welcome to our today's resource person, Dr. A. Persia, Assistant Professor, Department of Computer Science, New Prince Sri Bhavani Arts and Science College. I welcome our beloved HODs who organize the 5 days faculty development program. I am extremely happy on welcoming all other HODs and faculty members of our college and from various institutions. I extend my warm welcome to program coordinators and technical team members. Once again, I welcome you all.
Thank you, Ma'am, for your warm welcome. It's time to introduce about our today's resource person. For that, I request Dr. G. Manimannan, Assistant Professor, Department of Computer Applications, to introduce our esteemed resource person.
Good afternoon, Dr. Pesia is presently serving as Assistant Professor, New Sri Prince Bhavani Arts and Science College, Chennai, and is widely recognized as an eminent researcher in network security. She earned PhD Computer Science from Barajas University, Tiruchirappalli, under the prestigious UTC Maulana Azad National Fellowship, focusing on hybrid defense management mechanism against wireless network. His area of expertise, her academic and research interests span up across network security, artificial intelligence, data mining, and machine learning applications, making her a versatile scholar in modern computing domains. Dr. Pesia has published 14 international articles indexed in Scopus, Web of Science, IEEE, and Springer, along with several international and national conference papers. She is also a holder of an Indian patent in the field of image classification using machine learning, and have successfully guided postgraduate students in computer science and information technology, and has proven track record of young researchers in advanced computing fields. Yes, a compassionate academic speaker and resource person. He has delivered sessions on network simulation, AI, cybersecurity, and IoT. He started so many workshops, 30 plus national and international conference. He expertise in SPSS, NS research, IoT, artificial intelligence, and cybersecurity. Thank you, ma'am. Most welcome for our FDP session, ma'am.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir. Now, with great pleasure, I invite Dr. A. Persia, MSc MPhil PhD, Assistant Professor, Department of Computer Science of Prince Sri Bhavani Arts and Science College, Chennai, to take over the session. Madam,
Thank you, ma'am. Good afternoon, everyone. Am I audible?
ma'am, now the platform is yours.
Thank you, ma'am. I'm Dr. Persia. I'm currently working as an assistant professor at New Prince Sri Bhavani Arts and Science College, Chennai. First of all, I would like to thank Reverend Sister Dr. M. Baby, Administrator at St.Joseph College, and Principal Dr. R. Ruben Sir, and Mrs. V. Bobby, Head Department of Computer Science, for giving me this opportunity to present my research. Ma'am, am I audible? I lost connection for a few seconds.
Yes, ma'am, audible now.
Can everyone view the presentation?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Thank you. Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, ma'am. Okay. Okay. Today, I'll give you some basic information about the recent trends in research areas of computer science and the applications. Application means where we can apply our researches, our concepts, and then we are going to see about the tools. What are the tools we can use in our research? Today, I'm going to take you into the three research areas, that is artificial intelligence, edge computing, and cyber security. First of all, you will see about the artificial intelligence. Many of us know about the artificial intelligence. Uh, in artificial intelligence, particularly the machines are performing some task which requires human intelligence. The machines can able to learn the concepts, can able to learn the data. It can reason and solves the problem according to that. Actually, the AI mimicking our human intelligence only. To improve the artificial intelligence, it learns from the data and past experiences. They keep on learning the data so that it can perform better. It also can adapt to the new situation as well. And it can not only the analyze the problem, it also identifies some patterns in the problem
And like human, it uses the logic to solve the problem and make predictions. So in every industry nowadays, the A is a center of the innovation. Uh, Let me say an example for A. We can say as navigation used in the Google Map. And then if we want to buy a mobile phone, means we use Amazon, Flipkart, any shopping websites. No, there if we select a mobile, it automatically suggests us to buy few other items like other items related to the mobile. It may be a headset or a screen guard or case or anything. It recommends some related products as well. These all comes under the AI only. Okay. Now we can see that we can implement the AI in our research. I will tell you few areas in AI. If people, if the faculty who are interested in doing research on AI, you can take it as your research problem and find a solution or algorithm for it. Okay. Now, first of all, we can see in healthcare how in healthcare we can implement the AI. Here, AI can be used in patient data. Using the patient data, AI can detect the diseases of the patient in earlier itself. It can able to predict the diseases using the patient data. Like if some people have the history of some heart problem, means they have taken ECG or BP test, like that, does CPR test, some basic heart related test. So based on the test, A can able to predict the disease of the patient. And also in new drug discovery and pharmaceutical research also A can be used. Here A uses deep learning algorithms, and also A can diagnose the medical reports in accurate manner. Sometimes, let's take an example of ECG. Sometimes a human may miss some variation, some minor variations in ECG that A will not do like that. Usually A accurately analyze the overall report and gives the accurate result only. So that we can go for the A for better prediction than the human. And we can use the A for hospital management also. Here, I'll give you an example. We have seen, we have came across the COVID-19 pandemic situation. In the third wave, we are experienced or we have heard about the demand of the hospital admission and ICU beds and ventilator supports and doctors unavailability and all. If we use AI technology, the AI can predict the overall environment, can read and read all the data from the environment, all the availability of the inflow and outflow of the patient, all the ICU patients data inflow and outflow. Based on these data, A can predict the future need of the doctor support or physical support or nurse support and all, so that the management can easily arrange all the resources according to that. For that purpose, A will be in an effective manner. Then we will see how A will be used in education and accessibility. Generally, nowadays we are using A, that is, I think all of you know about the Chat GPT and DeepSeek and all. There, We can get all the data through the just in the chat box itself. We can get the details. If you want any information regarding some our related item or unrelated item, maybe it will give the detailed information about all these things. In con- in education purpose, if a student want to take any test or want to write a test on a particular topic, means they can able to take the test through the AI. That is, they can take a test through DeepSeek or ChatGPT and all. After attending the test, the AI can produce the result for the student. In the result itself, it analyzes the overall student's knowledge and gives the accurate result of the student. It classified as weak and strong. If the student is weak in particular area, it gives more detailed explanation and more simplified examples for that particular concepts and make the student to learn better the concept. If the person is strong in particular area, it gives the more difficult topics and difficult related topics to learn the students. It make the students to learn little better. These type of content can be given by the artificial intelligence. And also for deaf and hard of hearing people, it can interpret the languages in real time. We can see some news channel, I think Sun News, I'm not sure. While newsreader reading the news, a person doing the sign language for the deaf people. For that, A can do the simultaneously. While reading, A can do simultaneously this process. And also, to improve the students in learning, to engage the student in education and retain their memory in particular concept, it can gamify the education. Yes, some of the tools are available to gamify the education. These can be done using artificial intelligence. Okay. And also for visually impaired users, it enhances the accessibility of digital content, which is like braille, like that. The braille may be digitized for use of visually impaired users. And then A can be implemented in urban development and infrastructure. Using AI, our traffic can be predicted earlier itself. AI uses some devices like IoT sensor, GPS from various vehicles, and some mobile apps like Uber, Rapido, Ola, Retaxi, and all, and it reads the data from the CCTV. It reads all the data from these devices and predict the real-time traffics. If any particular area is going to be get affected by the traffic, it informs all neighborhood vehicles about the traffic. For this, it uses the machine learning algorithm. And also in parking management, also AI can be used. For any congested areas, if the A concepts, A methodology was implemented there, we can use the smart parking. That is, A can predict the future availability of the parking slot. If the parking slot will be free in next 15 minutes, means it will indicate the neighborhood vehicle drivers of the message of this message, particular message. And it can be used to design the disaster resilient urban infrastructure, and energy can be efficiently used in smart buildings also. Next, we can see about the technology and innovation of AI. In AI, the weather prediction for weather prediction, AI can be used in better way. Nowadays, we are using traditional weather prediction model. In traditional weather prediction model, there are few problems over there. That is, in traditional weather prediction, sometimes it miss some small spell in particular areas. But in AI weather prediction, it reads the data from the satellite images, wind speed, air pressure, temperature, radar data, and historical weather record. It reads all the records and use deep learning algorithms like convolutional neural network and recurrent neural network. Using these algorithms, it detects the complex patterns. So it does not miss even a single spell. Okay, so that we can go for uh, this AI based weather forecasting tools. And then machine learning algorithm is used in autonomous vehicle navigation system also. And also in social media platform, we can see some in Facebook itself. We can see some comments in language translation. We can see in Facebook comments. If we comment something else, or we can see some comments in FB, it is showed as see translated text. So we can see the translated text in English or any other languages, English, Tamil, or any other languages we can see. For this type, A can be used. And next important thing is A used in delivery services. This is the important one. This is not familiar in our country, but many of the foreign countries have implemented these concepts. Delivery services are provided through the drone navigation. Uh, Particularly, many foreign countries are using this drone navigation system for vaccine delivery, blood delivery, or important drug delivery in the remote areas only. But in few foreign countries like United States of America, they are using drone navigation for grocery and food delivery also. But here we are not that much familiar with this concepts. These are all the areas we can implement our research. Healthcare, it may be a healthcare, it may be a technology innovation, it may be a education and urban development. We can use the A concept. For the researcher, you have to first choose the research problem from this. After that, find a solution regarding that. To apply those solution, you have to implement it in a tools or use some programming environment. Before implementing it into the tool, you should collect the data. To collect those data, you can use Qualtrics, Google Form, or SurveyMonkey, and many other data collection tools. After collecting the data, you have to label those data. It may be image data, audio data, video data, anything may be. You should annotate the data. For that, you can use Prodigy, Labelbox, and Docano. These are all the major annotations tool. Apart from this, many tools are available as open source. Here, the 6 are open source only. After collecting the data, we have to implement it in a platform. It may be a coding environment, may be a architecture, it may be a graphical environment. If you are choosing for coding environment for experiment, you can go for Google Colab or Jupyter Notebook. Here, Jupyter Notebook is a software, but Google Colab is not a software. Here, we don't want to, no need to install any specific software for this. We can use our Google account itself. Next, if you want to work with the artificial intelligence framework, we can go for TensorFlow, PyTouch, scikit-learn, all these tools. And if you not interested in coding, if you are familiar with the graphical method, if you want to reduce your coding means, you can go for RapidMiner or Weka. These two tools are basically through the guide based, so it is easy to do without the coding involvement is not that much in RapidMiner and Weka. Okay, these are all the artificial intelligence methodology and tools. And we have any queries in artificial intelligence? Do you get anything from this? Can you put a message on the chat box? I didn't see any messages. Thank you, ma'am. Indra, ma'am. Did you get anything from this presentation? Okay, let's get into the next topic. Can you see the PPT?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Now we'll get into the edge computing. The edge computing is similar to the cloud computing. In cloud computing, all the data are stored on the cloud. If we want to access or retrieve some data or analyze some data, we have to depend on the cloud only. So it takes some times to retrieve the data. And our data was not so secured on the cloud. So if we want to avoid these security issues, we can go for the edge computing. In edge computing, all the data are stored close to the user. The edge device stores all the data. We are also depend on the cloud, but we are not storing any sensitive data on the cloud. All the sensitive data is stored inside near the user in the edge devices itself. You can store the edge devices process the data, and in the result and insights only can be stored on the cloud. And without internet also, the edge computing can work better. So the internet is not much mandatory in edge computing. Now we'll see where we can implement the edge computing. First, we can see an autonomous vehicle. An autonomous vehicle, in the sense, we can take an example of self-driving vehicles. Every self-driving vehicles can generate multiple terabytes of data from the sensors, GPS, cameras, and all. So all these data are not stored on the cloud. Here in edge computing, vehicles are equipped with the edge devices to process the data locally and as well as real time also. So all the data are stored in edge devices only. So it processes the request faster and faster than the cloud computing. For example, if a pedestrian crosses a road suddenly, means the vehicle's edge system immediately process the environment, reads the data from the sensor and detect the problem, and then apply a brake within a millisecond. So it can be achieved because of the edge device only. For the emergency concern, we should go for edge computing only rather than cloud computing. Cloud computing has numerous benefits, but If we go for some emergency cases, we can go for a edge computing than cloud computing. And edge computing, it uses the traffic lights, 5G base stations on the roadside itself for traffic predictions and accident alerts and all. And also, edge computing can be used in healthcare. In healthcare, how edge computings are implemented, we can see it in detailed manner. First, remote patient monitoring. The doctor can able to monitor the patient remotely using some devices. If a patient uses some devices like smartwatches, glucose monitors, ECG patches, these devices generates the data continuously, so that this data will be sent to the doctor who's in the remote, so that the doctor can act according to the report. It will be very useful in critical care. If we send all these data to the cloud, means it takes some time, so it is very risky in critical care. So we are using edge computing here. And another example, if a patient with a heart condition, they can now wear smart ECG patch. In smart ECG patch, it uses a HA monitor. An HA monitor, it monitors the patient's heartbeat. If any abnormality, any irregular heartbeat is found, it trigger the alert to the doctor, and doctor will take the action according to that. And in smart hospital also, the edge computing is used. Here, ICU patients' vital informations are sending continuously to the doctors for emergency conditions. This also can be achieved through edge computing, and surgeries can be made through robot, and MRI and CT image can be processed through edge computing. And another important one is edge computing in ambulances. If an ambulance is equipped with edge devices, it sends the vital information, vital report to the doctors during the transit itself. So the doctor can instruct the nurses or the person who's inside the ambulance. Doctor can instruct them to act accordingly. So this is a major benefit in healthcare. Now let's see how the edge computing is implemented in smart cities. Traffic can be managed very neatly in edge computing. Like the edge computing can be implemented in the traffic lights, so that if any area is affected with the traffic, or any congestions are happening, means the traffic signal can give a long green signal for the particular road. If it gives the long green signal, it clear the congested area within few minutes, so that the traffic can be managed. And also it can predict the traffics. For example, if the IPL matches are going and Chepak Stadium, means it will be come to an end at 11 o'clock. So before 15 minutes or a half an hour itself, the edge devices warn or instruct the road road users about the traffic is going to get worse from this time to this time. So these type of messages will be sent to the road users through the edge devices. And next one is public safety and surveillances. If any crowds or accidents or any fire, anything has happened, the CCTV with edge devices can detect these unusual activities and send this message to the local authorities in the cities, so they can get alert immediately and act according to that. And in waste management also, edge computing can be used. And waste management means many countries using this, but our country is not evolving this till now. There is smart garbage bins. If they use smart garbage bins, this garbage bins equipped with fill level sensors and cameras. If the bin is full, immediately it notify the nearest garbage truck. After getting the notified information from the bin, the truck immediately go to that particular point and collect the garbages. To optimize these routes, the truck only visits the bins that needs the services. It's not going to all the garbage bins. It just visits only the bin which needs the service. The benefit of this waste management is it can save the fuel, manpower, and traffic and pollution also can be reduced because of the there is no unnecessary track movement now. So traffic and pollution also reduced. And real time the cleanliness monitoring can be done in real time. These are all the benefits of edge computing in waste management. Even though these are all the benefits in edge computing, there are some challenges also there. You can take this as your research problem. For security purpose, here many devices are interconnected with each other. No, so the device security is little bit more complicated, and also yeah, the connectivity issues also there because as it said earlier, there is no need of internet in edge computing. But if when I want to use the cloud to analyze the data or retrieve my results, I should go for the internet. So for that time, I
Excuse
have
me,
to
ma'am.
pick. Yes.
Ma'am, can you please check the screen one because the slides are not changing?
Oh,
Ah, yeah, now it's changing.
1 minute. 1 minute, ma'am. Now, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am. Now it's fine. Thank you.
Mm. 1 minute, ma'am.
Yeah, no problem. Take your time.
Can you see my slide, ma'am?
No, ma'am. Share it once again. Yeah, fine.
Now, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am. Fine.
Okay, thank you, ma'am. During the presentation, I can't see the chat box actually. I'm not getting real time chat, so that I didn't notice the message. Just now I noticed.
Okay, ma'am. No
Sorry,
problem.
ma'am.
No problem.
These are all the challenges also present in edge computing. To simulate this edge computing, we can simulate the edge computing or we can create a real time implementation also. But real time implementation in edge computing is little difficult because we have to develop an edge device and all. So it's little bit complicated. So if you are interested, you can do a real time implementation. Else, you can go for the simulation tools. There are so many simulators that are available in open source itself. These are all the simulators which I can show you. The first one is iFoxen. In iFoxen, we can customize this simulator and extend it based on our implementation, based on our research implementation. We can extend this tool. So it is very user friendly. We can go for iFoxen if you want to extend your implementation in the tool. And next one is Edge Cloudson. In edge cloud sim, it simulates the edge. Using this edge, we can simulate the edge and data center. Data center means it's a cloud-based setup. We can simulate both at this particular simulator itself. In pure edge sim tool, it can implement only the edge. We cannot implement the data center. These tools are open source, which can be used to implement the edge computing concepts. So you can go through these simulators and use it according to your purpose. Next, we'll see about the cyber security. You all know about cyber security. It's a very popular concept. We know some basic information about this. Nowadays, in everything we are going for digitalization. Due to the increases demand in digitalization, we all facing some cyber threats. That may be that may be a individual or society or organization. We everyone are facing the cyber threats. In a world, more than 61% of the industry and social interaction are occur through the online only. So we have to consider the data protection, privacy, availability, and all. For that, first we have to make our internet safer and protect the internet client. So uh, we are going to concentrate some specific areas. What are the areas can be easily attacked by the hacker? These are all the areas we are going to see. The first one is smart grid. Uh, it is a next generation of power system. The example of smart grid is solar panel. We all know about the solar panel. During the daytime, the solar panel generates the electricity. No, so the extra energy is stored in the home battery or sent back to the grid itself. During the night time, when the demand is high, in smart grid, the electricity cost is high. So the house can automatically uses the stored battery power, which we stored, no daytime collected electricity. We can use those battery power. And the smart grid also schedules the washing machine or electronic vehicle charging. These works can be scheduled to half in the peak hours to reduce the electric bills. Because in peak hours, smart grid's cost is very high, so it takes the electricity from the stored stored power. Okay, and also if there is any power outage, the home can still run on stored solar energy. This is an example for the smart grid. Here also some security problems are happening because of the lot of interconnected node. The cyber security issues are happening. For that, we have to protect our system with some mechanisms like authentication, or we should use the secure communication protocol, or we should monitor the network continuously. To monitor the network, we have some open source tools are available. Using the tools, we can monitor the network. And then for authentication also, uh, the network can be protected using the authentication system. That is, un- unauthorized user should not enter into the network. The network should be protected, like no unauthorized user can get access from the network. Okay. To maintain this confidentiality, integrity, and trust, we have to protect our system from damages like DOS attack, advanced persistent threat, or unauthorized access to data. The DOS attack means it's a denial of service attack. Denial of service attack in the sense it denies the services to the intended user. If a hacker wants to enter into the network means it sends the spoofed frame to the intended user. Spoofed frame means it changes its identity as a legal user. and sends the request or response message to the server or the client, whoever may be. It is an intended node. To the intended node, it sends the spoofed frame. That intended victim think it as a legal one. So it accepts this. After that, it gains the control to the network. The hacker will gain the control to the network. In this way, the network service can be obtained by the hacker. To protect these systems, we have to come with new technology like detection and prevention mechanism and all. And also, next one is vehicular communication also suffers from the cyber security issues. In vehicular communication, vehicle to vehicle transmission must be there. For example, in an autonomous car driving, uh, vehicles should be exchange the information like speed or positions or any other informations in real time to avoid the traffic or collisions like that. Okay. So, two vehicles should be communicated, should be exchange messages between them. Hacker use this opportunity and sends the false messages to the vehicles, victim vehicle. So it may lead to unnecessary braking
நீ கொடுத்தது என்ன
or
கொடுத்துருக்கோம் அன்னைக்கு நம்ம எக்ஸாம் எதுவும் இல்லைல்ல
traffic jams.
அவ்வளவுதான்
Or
கொடுத்துட்டோம் ஆ கம்பைன் தேர்ட் இயர் தான் வரமாட்டாங்க அவ இந்த வாரம் ஃபுல்லா இல்ல ஃப்ரைடே அவங்க கொடுக்குறாங்க அவங்க கொடுத்து முடிக்கிறாங்கன்னா ஊருக்கு ஃப்ரீயா போக
யாரோ
மாட்டாங்க
ஆடியோ ஆன்ல இருக்கு, traffic jams, or sometimes it may lead to the accidents also. So we can use the encryption mechanism or intrusion detection system so that intruder can be detected easily. And authentication using the public key infrastructure. And also in smart city, cyber issues are happening. In the growing reliance on the connected system, we are more rely on the internet. So this in traffic management also the cyber security issues are happening. In traffic lights, the IoT sensor or artificial intelligence are implemented in the traffic lights. Before I have given an example that the traffic lights can be changed dynamically. According to the traffic, the lights can be changed dynamically. If any routes are in a persistent traffic in 1 hour means it gives a long green signal. Okay, then only they can avoid the traffic. But here, some hacker uses this and sends the wrong traffic lights to the people. So it may lead to the accident or collision on the road. Here also we can use encryption or authentication. And in authentication, we should be protect the traffic lights with the authorized user, authorized city server only can control the traffic lights, so that we can avoid these type of mischief. And also we can use intrusion detection system. After that, cyber security can be used in smart health system. In smart health system, data breach are very common problem in health system. Uh, patient's health record can be easily hacked by the hacker. They hack or they change the records. They are doing some kind of mischief on the patient's health records. So we have to concentrate on this. And also ransomware attack. Attack means it claims some amount from the victim. For example, the hacker locked the hospital system. It asks for some money. Until the ransom paid, it will not give permission to access the hospital system. This based attacks are very common nowadays. And also spoof based attack and phishing. Spoof based means the hacker can spoof the user's identity That may be user address, username and password. That may be a MAC address, spoof the MAC address of the legal user, and maybe IP address of the legal user. This attacks also possible in network. And then phishing. Phishing, you all know, uh, some unauthorized user sends a email, spam emails to the internet. That is a victim person. If you click the, if I'm a victim, if I click the email, if I open the mail and I click the link, all the personal data, all the sensitive information can be transferred to the hacker. This will lead to the major problem in myself. Okay, so this type of attacks also possible in to come with good solution for these types of attack. The solutions are already available, but we have to improve its drawbacks. We have to overcome these drawbacks to improve the solutions much better. So here we can implement the authentication or access control system, and we can introduce a machine learning based threat detection, and we can use edge computing also. If you use edge computing, all the data can be stored uh, nearby only, no? So the theft or data theft, these kind of attack will not occur, so that we can use edge computing. To implement this kind of attacks and solution, we can go for Wireshark, Snort, Seek, Swiked, OpenVAS tools. The Wireshark and Seek are network analyzer. That is, it monitors the network continuously, and if any abnormality or occur means, it alert the user. It alerts the user and detect the hacker. For this purpose, Wireshark and Seek are used. And also, Snort and Suricata is based on intrusion detection system as well as intrusion prevention system. If you want to implement it in a real world implementation, you can go for Snort tool. And Suricata is also monitoring the network. And OpenVAS is it's a vulnerability scan. It scans continuously. It scans and finds the hacker. These are all the tools available to protect the network from the cyber security issues. So, if you want to take any problem, means you can take what are all the things we seen today. You can take this as a problem and develop a solution, and put those solution into this implementation tools, and prepare a report and interpret the results and publish your research. Thank you. If you have any queries, you can ask now. We have seen artificial intelligence, edge computing, and cyber security. What are the problems present in these areas? I've shown. For the tools we can use, I've given. You can use these problem and develop any algorithm or real-time implementation, and or simulate this problem into your thesis or research papers. Thank you. Anybody have any queries? Ma'am?
Yes, ma'am. Thank you very much, ma'am, for your insightful and thoughtful provoking session. Your presentation has given us valuable knowledge on the recent research areas, their applications, and the tools available. which has definitely broadened our perspective. Your input will surely inspire our faculty members to explore more in the field of research and innovation. Once again, thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am.
Before we move on to the concluding part, I kindly request all the participants to switch on their cameras for a quick group photo to mark today's FTP session. I request everyone to turn on your cameras, please. Thank you all. To express our gratitude and appreciation, I now invite Dr. N. Nirmala Devi, Assistant Professor, Department of Computer Applications, to propose the vote of thanks.
Good evening, everybody. I extend my sincere gratitude to our principal founder, Dr. Church, for his continuous support. Special thanks to today's resource person, Dr. A. Garcia, Assistant Professor, Department of Computer Science, for sharing valuable insights and expertise during the FTP. My heartfelt thanks to our administrator, Reverend Sister Dr. M. Baby, and our beloved principal Dr. R. Rohan for planning and execution of the FTP. Next, I thank all the participants who passionately supported us and enriched the discussion. Finally, I extend my gratitude to all the HODs, program coordinators, faculties, and the technical team. Thank you, Principal.
Thank you, ma'am. Dear participants, the feedback link for today's session has been posted in the chat box. Kindly make use of the link and submit your feedback without fail. It is mandatory to get your certificate. Once again, I thank our principal, our esteemed resource person, the organizing team, faculty members, and all the participants for joining today's session. With this, we conclude day one of our faculty development program. We look forward to meet you all tomorrow again for yet another enlightening session. Thank you.